Good morning and welcome to Parish Nurse Wednesdays. It is Wednesday the 2nd of December 2020. It's time for devotions, fitness and relaxation. Today's devotions from YouVersion. Joy. God is not just love, he is also joy. And 'tis the season to be jolly and joyful, because we have an incredible good news story. Perhaps you're tired or cynical about Christmas, but this Christmas, don't let this steal your joy. No matter what life looks like, we always have access to joy, because God is joy. Use this Christmas to spread the joy found in Jesus to those around you. John 1, verse 14. We have seen his glory, the glory of the one and only Son, who came from the Father, full of grace and truth. Ecclesiastes 3 verse 4. A time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance. Amen. Today's fitness. Let's do some fitness together. So we are now in the season of Advent, leading up to Christmas. So if you do fancy, put on some Christmas music and hopefully that will help you feel joyful and jolly and in the mood to do some exercise and burn off some mince pies, if you've had any already, that is. So let's think about our posture. We want to stand up tall, draw up through the backs of the legs, gently squeeze the bottom. Draw up through the spine and gently pull the shoulders down. And we're just going to roll our shoulders backwards, just loosening up those shoulder joints, getting some mobilisation into our shoulders. And hopefully this feels a nice movement, a really nice movement to do in the morning time. And as we do this, let's breathe in for one and out for the next. Breathe in for one and out for the next. And don't forget, you can do this sitting down exactly the same. Let's do 3 more. 3 and 2 and 1. Okay, so we're going to do some jumping jacks or half jacks to warm up and get our heart going and do some cardio. So a few different options. The hardest option is a full jumping jack, so that's out and in, out and in. If you want to stay standing but make it a bit easier, then you're going to do out, out, in, out, out, in. Then you've got 2 seated options as well. The first seated option is out and in, or slightly easier seated, out, out, in, out, in. Okay, so we're going to do 10 first of all. Choose your option. I'll do the hardest one for this one. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And well done. 10 more if you can, if not take a rest. This time I'll do the slightly easier standing version. 10, 9, 8, 7, I will do the seated option, the first one. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And if you can manage 10 more, the last 10, I promise, I will do the easier seated option. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you're done. Well done. So, continuing our warm-up, we're going to do some torso rotations. So we're going to bring our arms up here, so we're kind of creating a diamond shape with our arms. We're going to draw in our core, and then we're going to rotate our torso. So the idea is that you're keeping your hips facing the front and your legs facing the front, and you're rotating from the belly button upwards. So all of your body that's above your belly button is rotating, and everything else is still facing the front. So it should feel nice on the spine, should feel like it's loosening the spine, and it will also engage the core, which is never a bad thing. So you can keep your head to the front if you want, or you can follow the arms. And you can do exactly the same sitting down. Let's do 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okie dokie. So, we are going to do our core routine, and that will be the same as the last 3 weeks. So hopefully you're really good at it now, and you might even be practicing it on your own, not along with the video, which means you don't always have to have the computer out and ready to do the core. Hopefully it's now in your brain and your memory, and you can do it whenever you would like to. So we are going to sit down and think about our core muscles. So we breathe in, and as we breathe out, we think about drawing the belly button in towards the spine, and then up towards the rib cage. So breathe in, and as you breathe out, pull the belly button in towards the spine and up towards the rib cage. And then breathe in, and as you breathe out, you're going to think about connecting your hip bones together in the middle. So everything is tight and connected, but you should still be able to breathe comfortably and move comfortably. The core is there underneath as that underneath strength. So we're going to do our rotation first of all, holding on to the back of the chair. So we're going to do right hand on the left knee, left hand on the back of the chair. Draw in the core and rotate. Back to the middle. And then left hand to the right knee, right hand to the back of the chair, and rotate. And back again. Okay, so our first one is our elbow to our knee. So we pull in the core and we bend and curve the spine and take the opposite elbow to the opposite knee. I'm sure you're super good at this one now. So if it's the right elbow, it's the left knee. If it's the left elbow, it's the right knee. And you want to pull in the core and curve the spine. They may touch like this and like this, or they may be far apart like this and this, but either is fine. We're still working the core, or maybe somewhere in between. So, are we all preparing for Christmas this year? My Christmas presents are all purchased. My Christmas cards are all written, so I'm doing all right so far. Got my wrapping left to do and get my cards in the post and start my advent calendar. Well, by the time you watch this, I would have started my advent calendar. I'm filming a couple of days early. Get to start it tomorrow. Yummy, yummy chocolate. Let's do one more each side. And relax. Okay, we're going to do our forearm to our knee now. Again, working with the core drawn in and with the rotation of the spine. So we come here and back, here and back. So if we're using the right arm, it's the left leg, and if we're using the left arm, it's the right leg. So I'm quite excited to share Christmas with little Ezra this year. Not that he'll understand that much, but more than he did last year, because last year he was only 10 weeks, I think. So this year he'll understand a lot more, and he's got an advent calendar too. For this exercise, keep your spine straight. So we're not curving the spine on this one, we're keeping it straight and we're rotating it. Let's do 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, now we're going to do our hold one, where we hold our weight in the air and really lift up the core and the pelvic floor, the lower muscle in the tummy. So we're going to hold for 10 seconds if we can. If you don't like this one, then sit this one out for a rest. So we go and draw up the core, draw up the pelvic floor. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Okay, last core one, again for the lower pelvic floor, so that kind of really low muscle down here. And what we do is we tap the toe out and back in, tap the toe out and back in. So although you're moving the legs, really think about lifting up the core, lifting up the pelvic floor rather than moving the legs. So you can put your hands there if you want to kind of remind you to lift that muscle up, or you don't have to. Make sure you're breathing all the way through. As I said, although the core's engaged, we still need to breathe, really important. Okie dokie, let's do 6 more. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and well done. Your core and pelvic floor are done. Okie dokie, let's continue our workout and finish our workout off. So we're going to do some work for our legs, and we're going to do a big plie in seconds. So that just means a big bend with the legs apart and on a diagonal. So toes should be pointing to kind of the diagonals of the front of the room, and knees should be over toes. And then you're just going to plie or bend down and then back up, down and back up. So the knees should be in line with the second toe. So the toe after the big toe, the knees should be in line with. Your back should be straight and up to the ceiling. So you're just coming up and down, up and down, straight legs, bent legs. So we come up and we plie down, up and we plie down. So you should be feeling it in your thighs, maybe inside thighs and hips. So big plie in second, and down, and down. Now, if you feel like you're a bit not balanced, this is the one that can work really well holding on to a unit. So you can hold on, feet on a diagonal, spine straight, and you come down and up, down and up. And this is a good way for you to see the position as well. The knee over second toe and straight spine position. And you go low and high, down and up. Now make sure that your knees are not coming in front of your toes, because you may injure your knees. You want your knees to stay behind the toes as such. Big plie, big plie. And then if you want to do it sitting down, slightly different, because obviously you're already in that down position, but you still have the diagonals to think about, and the knees to think about, and the spine to think about. But then from there you're going to rise up and lower, rise up and lower, onto the toes, back down to the heels, onto the toes, back down to the heels. So whichever position you're doing, let's try for 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Okie dokie, let's do for our arms. So we're going to bring them in front of us in a long straight line, lightly clench the fists, and then we're going to draw the elbows, we're going to draw the fists into the chest and the elbows out to the side. So long and in, long and in. Show you from the side, long and in, long and in. So when they're out in front, make them as straight as you can, and then when they're in, make your elbows go behind you as far as you can. So this should be working the arm muscles. It should also be releasing any tension in the spine and shoulders as well. So there's a good one to do that as well. You can do this sitting down, exactly the same. Can't really hold on for this one, so if you are a bit wobbly, then take a seat. And of course remember to breathe. You can synchronize your breathing if you want. You can breathe in and out, in and out. Well done. We are doing good. After this one, we just get to balance and stretch, so that's the relaxing part. Before then, of course, our actual nice relaxation session. 10 more if we can. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ooh, that ached my arms, so if it didn't ache yours, you're stronger than me. Okay, we're going to do a balance. If we're standing up, we're going to take one foot with the toes facing the front and one foot with the toes facing the side, quite wide, and then we're going to bend towards the toes that are facing the side. And what should happen is you should feel a nice stretch in the inside thigh there, but it's also really good for balance. And then you're going to take the arms out and look over the bent knee. Think about stretching from fingertip to fingertip. Think about drawing in the core, lifting up from the top of the head and balancing. And then if you're seated, very similar, you can take toes forwards, toes to the side, core, arms and balance. Super duper. Other side. Other toes to the front, other toes to the side. Push into that knee, nice and wide. Feel the stretch on the inside thigh. And up. And look. And then if you're sitting down, again, toes to the front, toes to the side, arms and look. Super duper. Let's do some stretches. So we're going to stretch our thigh, especially after those big pliés in second. That will be really good. So feet together, knees together, hips together, and then you're going to hold your heel towards your bottom. I'll show you from the side. Whoa, wobbling over. And I'll show you from behind. And then if you want to hold on, that's fine as well. Hold on with one hand, hold the leg with the other hand. And then if you want to sit down, just be really gentle. If you are sitting down, hold on to the chair with one hand, and then you can lean to the side with the other. If it's too challenging, any of these, find a stretch that's good for you, or just sit out of the stretch because it's quite a challenging one. And don't hurt your knees. Be nice and careful, please. And then let's do the other side. So we hold knee to knee, hip to hip, heel to bottom. Show you from the side. Show you from the back. And then if you want to hold on, that's a good one to hold on. And then of course you can sit down as well and stretch here. Okay, and then just to finish off, both arms out in front, and we're going to do our wrists round in one direction. Really enjoy that movement. And round in the other direction. And enjoy that mobilization. And hands together, and well done. Your fitness for today is done. Today's relaxation. Take a moment to get comfortable. Take a moment to breathe deeply in and out. Shift your attention to your legs. Tense your leg muscles, then fully relax them. Shift your attention to your arms. Tense your arm muscles, then fully relax them. Shift your attention to your torso and neck and shoulders. Tense your muscles here, then fully relax them. Enjoy this relaxed sensation. Enjoy the music composed and played by Maddie. Thank you for joining us. God bless.